Hey everybody, welcome to Real Brave Live. My name is Dan, and today we are talking about World Listening Day, which was on July 18th. World Listening Day is something put together by a bunch of folks, but more importantly, R. Murray Schafer, who we're going to talk about today. World Listening Day is hosted every year by the World Listening Project, a nonprofit organization devoted to understanding the world and its natural environment, societies, and cultures through the practice of listening and field recording. This is going to be very interesting, folks. This is according to National Today that we're reading that from. Very interesting program today. A little different than what you've seen before. No obligatory top 10 smoke on the water.
Shoot.
But we will get to some sort of top somethings. Real Brave is a music studio, and we do teaching really well online and in person. We have 3 locations, but online you could sign up today at practice-pad.com, and we have our own online in-person room where you can take lessons with a guy like that over there, Kevin, who you might be seeing right now, maybe not. But yeah, it's pretty fantastic, and we're pretty excited about it. And we're at 3.0 is coming out in this year. Folks, you have no idea how excited I am about that. But today, we're going to be talking about World Listening Day, and we're going to touch upon some field recording, something that you've probably never heard before, and then we're going to go into some new age music, because why not? I want you to hate me a little bit more here on
Real Brave Live. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I like the banjo today.
Yeah, it was closest to the stage.
Okay. Nice. So you had a busy week. You were you took the helm of the concerts that we had.
Yes, that was. Oh my God, such a fun weekend.
Such a fun weekend. So we do concerts here at Real Brave, and
yes.
Kevin.
It feels so good to be able to say that affirmatively, that yes, we do concerts, because for like a year and a half we're like, well, we
do.
You know, we typically do concerts, except like right now with the global pandemic, novel coronavirus.
Yeah, no, it wasn't happening, and I think we're one of the first to get back on the stage. Cool thing is that we have it in our locations now, and I think we're going to be able to do them every month pretty soon, as soon as we get it down a little bit more. But yeah, I saw some of the footage. It looked incredible.
Yeah. So in addition to helping out at 3 locations, I was also video recording all of it, almost like a video diary or a tour vlog, and I got lots and lots of good footage. I just started editing it yesterday. It's going to take a little while, but be on the lookout for a feature-length documentary.
Whoa.
Real Brave. On this very stage where we're sitting right now, on Saturday, both Yankee Doodle was played on piano, and then a couple of songs later, some Lamb of God song, which I couldn't understand the lyrics because they're like,
yeah. It's like a 2-minute long burp.
Yeah. But a lot of people like it, so I'm not going to knock it.
No, I'm not knocking it.
And those people that like it, I'm afraid of. So I'm
yeah.
double not knocking.
You're afraid of Paul?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly Mike.
Who did the screaming?
That was Mike.
Mike did the screamo stuff.
Yeah. It was not screamo stuff.
It's not screamo. It's the throttle.
It's I think it's called breeing. Bree. Oh yeah, I think so. Or something like that.
I don't know. I'm not really quite sure.
The only brie I like is cheese.
Yeah, when you put that stuff on bread, it's delicious.
Oh my God.
So, well, thank you for the hard work you did this week. Thank you to all the performers that played in the concert, the first one back.
Yeah, it was definitely a team effort between all of the locations, all of the desk agents, the instructors, and yeah, the performers. Yeah. Those kids, man, you could just tell how thrilled they were to be back.
Some of them you can't tell.
Some of them it's hard to tell. Some of them you could tell how nervous they were.
Yeah.
Which is great, because they get up on stage, they perform great, and then you see how thrilled they are after having conquered that fear.
Well, speaking of conquering, we've almost conquered COVID in the sense that we've gotten 60 to 70% back to normal. Now with the concerts there, that gets us a little bit closer. All we got to do is get more students through the door, make people feel a little bit more comfortable, and
That's right.
by golly,
Golly
we might be back to normal.
Let's hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's been the longest 2 years of my life.
It's been 2 years?
Well,
it feels like both at the same time, like 5 years and like 2 weeks.
November 2019 started a cascade of just problems.
Yeah.
Someone left here that was really close to us, and then after that, we realized that there were some issues at the Queens location, and we had to make some changes there. And then Javi left, and then all of a sudden, we had a new manager, and then Terrence came back from China, and then we were like, "What's happening?" And then all of a sudden, we were like, "Hey, Milan's closing," and then fast forward a year from there, and here we are today.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a ride.
Yeah, but you've done pretty well for yourself.
Yeah, I
you
got
practically
really
run the place now.
I really got good at spreadsheets.
Yeah,
putting formulas into cells.
You're quite good at it. I remember the first time we started working on it together, and you were just kind of like,
yeah.
You're doing pretty good.
All about that equal sum return, and then you select your range, and then whatever mathematical function you want in there.
Speaking of spreadsheets, our Murray Schaefer was born in Sarnia, Ontario, and he studied at Royal School of Music in London. You know, the Royal Schools is like a thing.
Okay.
And people ask about that in Manhattan.
All right.
Are we on the Royal Conservatory level yet?
I don't know. I'm still waiting for the link of how spreadsheets relate to Schaefer.
You got to make some sort of like.
I guess. Yeah, just push past it.
I'm sure he's done a spreadsheet before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, everybody's on a spreadsheet somewhere in the IRS.
Here's a list of all the sounds I want you to cover.
Yeah.
At his last institution, he was a pupil of Richard Johnson. I don't know who that is. But his music education theories have followed around the world. He studied Soundscape studios. He started Soundscape studios at Simon Fraser University in the 1960s. In addition to introducing the concept of soundscape, he also coined the term schizophrenia in 1969.
What? Well, really? What is a soundscape, Dan?
To me, a soundscape is just an overall ethereal use of keyboards, natural sounds, and almost like 3D floating for the ears. That's my definition. Don't steal it. 3D floating for the ears.
Okay. Yeah. My I guess interpretation of it is just like the collection of sounds in a scape or a landscape.
But whenever you define something, you can't use the word inside of it.
All right. Well, it's the acoustic ecology of an environment.
Okay. Yeah.
So like you could go to Times Square and there's a soundscape there, and it's, you know, to a lot of people just noise, right?
That's just noise.
But if you, as World Listening Day suggests, if you go there and you just like, you know, you tune in to not the noise, because like white noise or noise is different than sounds. You know, it's the difference between listening and hearing. You know, your ears are open, you're constantly taking in information, acoustic information, but when you listen, you actually focus your brain on it. So like you go to Times Square and you focus your brain into the trucks, the buses, the cars, the conversations, the people, the cell phone beeps, the footsteps, you know, like there's a lot. And I think what's the guy's name? Schaefer or something or other?
R. Murphy Schaefer. Very good.
Murphy Schaefer. Something or other.
Something or other. That's his middle name. That's his brother.
I believe.
Something or other Schaefer.
I believe that he would go to these locations and like hear like symphonies of sound, and I think a lot of his work sort of reflects that. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to any of his stuff.
I did. It's what I would expect.
Yeah, it's like.
But it's more symphonic than it was his music, anyway.
Right. No, it is like written for instruments or voices or whatever it is. It's not just like the actual sounds, but like in the music. Like I think there's one of them. Like it's a string quartet for birds.
Yes. There's a whole point to this. We're gonna get to it. Stay right there.
It's like. It comes down to, again, the difference between listening and hearing.
Speaking of listening and hearing, I read this wrong.
Okay.
So he also coined the term schizophonia
Oh, schizophonia.
in 1969.
So is
I was
that
reading too fast.
Imagining sounds?
It's a splitting of a sound from its source or the condition caused by the split. Not schizophrenia, which is just a split, which is probably just me. It's
Well,
a good term for me.
Yeah. John Nash, Beautiful
Sure.
Mind. Russell Crowe, 1999.
This is I guess a direct quote. We have split the sound from the maker of the sound.
Okay.
Sounds have been torn from their natural sockets and given an amplified and independent existence. Vocal sound, for instance, is no longer tied to a hole in the head, but is free to issue from anywhere in the landscape. Sound, I think, is taken for granted, personally, in today's day and age.
Yeah.
We've got these tiny speakers that we listen to, hello Sharon and Al, that we listen to stuff on.
Yeah.
Tiny, tiny speakers. I've seen many a person listen to music on their phone. You're not only missing the low end, you're only hearing the high end, you're missing the middle. And some of the middle is there, but it's so much more middle than it is high end sometimes that you're just missing the whole point of the recording. Yeah, sometimes on these speakers specifically, they're decent, but you need a lot of space to take up the sound, right? Like you need. That's why we have these huge speakers, because it emanates. What is sound? Vibration, right?
Yes.
If you're not getting enough vibration, you're not going to get enough sound, especially for the low frequencies. For someone like this to be able to come forward years and years ago and talk about sound as almost like a living, breathing thing that we're taking out of ourselves and enjoying is to me, is some of like the most basic stuff when it comes to music. People make fun of me at home because I have this huge sound system for movies.
So does my upstairs neighbor.
You're lucky. But the reason why I'm so crazy about sound is because you put yourself in the middle of it to hear what they intended, not to hear like almost what they intended. You want to be a part of it. You want it to shake you. You want it to feel like you're a part of the song, the movie, the soundscape, whatever.
In the sound engineering world, that's called fidelity.
Sure.
How truthful what you're hearing is to the source of what's creating the sound.
Right. And a lot of times, and not to cut you off, but with the Sonos world, the Bose world, and the one speaker world specifically, you're still missing the true fidelity.
Yeah.
They're saying it's this is a little bit of beyond like that's what he's going for with soundscapes, but true fidelity, stereo, right? With one speaker here pointing in this direction, you're only getting this much of the true sound.
Right.
But if you have a speaker on that side and a speaker on this side like we do here, you are getting true stereos, and then it's going to merge in the middle, and you're going to have all the stuff that's panned left and right and behind you and above and below. So, yeah, sorry, I'm very passionate about this.
You know a lot more about the subject than I do. Real Brief started as a recording studio.
We started as a recording studio.
Right?
Yeah.
I took one semester of audio engineering at college and passed with flying colors, but forgot all of the information.
The physics behind it is fantastic.
Oh, it's really cool. What is sound? Sound is vibration. Vibration of what? It's actually fluctuations of air pressure vibrating your eardrum, which your brain then sends signals as neurons to interpret as information, right? But it's like R. Murphy Schafer, did I get that right?
Yes.
Was born in 1930. Murray Schafer was born in 1933, and this was, maybe a couple decades after like the proliferation of recorded sound.
Yeah.
Right. Just a couple of years before, like the first phonograph was maybe like 1890s. The first phonograph was built, and it was like a big copper cylinder that you would turn, and like it would generate a current, and it'd be a transducer of electrical current into acoustic energy, and like that was in its day huge, because we have no recordings of Mozart, we have no recordings of Beethoven, no recordings of Bach, we have no recordings prior to that era of innovation.
Yeah.
So like there's really no way to know the exact feel with which Bach would improvise. There's no recordings of any of his improvisations. There are maybe some loose transcriptions, but so when that revolution hit, it was was a revolution. But it started this divide of what is real and what is a recording, and what is true, and how closely can we replicate the truthfulness of, for example, my voice. My voice right now is being picked up by this microphone. Is it still on?
Maybe.
Yep, still.
Shut his microphone off.
It's being picked up by this microphone, but it's actually the energy from my voice is pushing the air molecules back and forth in such a way that it's vibrating a little thing inside the microphone, which the rate of which sends an electrical current through the wire all the way to the iPad. And the iPad then turns it into a signal, or it's already a signal. I don't really know that much about it. Again, I passed the class, but I forgot almost all of the information. But then it's being sent via freaking satellite to you, listener, viewer, singular, at home.
See.
And then your device is taking that signal and it's turning it back into a pulse from a speaker, pushing air out into your ear.
Which you can then listen to. And listening is indeed an art that requires undivided attention and patience from a person that benefits another
Yeah, I read
who's
that.
in need of it.
I read that.
So listening is a skill.
Yes.
It's a skill, it's a skill, it's a skill. We have a problem with that here.
I have
Nobody
something,
listens.
I have something to say about that. So, and this is why I abruptly came into your office and I was like, can we start to do this? Can we plan these out a little bit more in advance?
Yeah. You don't like the 1 hour before planning?
Well, no, because I'm usually doing spreadsheets, and to quote that,
And listening to
undivided attention
Yeah.
is not something I always have.
All right. So the World Listening Day, right?
Yeah.
Undivided attention.
Sure.
Listening is a skill. Personally, I like to sit at home, headphones on, and listen to music. I'm sure there's a lot of people, audiophiles out there that like to do that. But I would argue that it's a kind of a dying art. Would you argue that? Or
Yeah.
80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, all the people that preceded the current generation, they're not sitting with their stereo headphones on at home necessarily. Maybe if you are, please comment below if you're in your Gen Z. Are you listening to just listen to the music, to listen to the lyrics? My daughters do it. I've been training them.
I mean, I'm sad to say that, like, no, it's often a very passive experience for me, like driving or
So even for you right now, it's a passive experience.
unless I'm like, learning a song or teaching a song, and I'm really listening to the nuance. It's often just like in the background.
Okay. Do you go forest bathing at all?
For what?
Forest bathing?
Forest bathing?
Yeah.
Every day.
Do you know what forest bathing is?
I can guess. I could take a wild guess.
Go ahead.
You bathe in a stream or a brook or a
No.
lake in the
No.
forest.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's very lewd.
Well, I stand by that.
Okay. Forest bathing is just like a walk in the forest, just taking in the sounds of nature and being present in the moment.
Oh.
We're getting to that new age.
No,
kinda-
I never do that.
You never do that.
But I do often bathe in streams.
So mindfulness. What is mindfulness?
So that's awareness of your thoughts,
Awareness of now,
of your current now.
right now,
Right
at this moment.
now.
Yeah. So with the hustle and bustle of the daily life.
Spaceballs. What is this? Is this now?
This is right now. No, it's before.
No, it's then. What are we watching now? This is now. Right now.
Spaceballs, check it out.
Yeah. John Candy.
So this kind of sparked, I guess, someone like Mr. Schaefer sparked a movement of recording soundscapes, yes, but also being aware of, like a day like this, which is celebrated on his birthday, July 18th, the different types of sounds in life. So we got to listen to some of these, I guess, recordings of nature.
Yeah.
And like this.
Recording song is sung by male
Yeah, let's see what this is. This is a recording people bought in 1966. The lyrebird. Not Get me on that. Mark Zuckerberg.
Come at us, Mark
Come
Zuckerberg.
Mark. Come Mark.
You can't own birds.
So this is a recording, and it's 10 minutes long. The most popular one, though, that sold 100,000 records, it's Roger Payne's Song of the Humpback Whale. 100,000 records.
I believe that.
And it caused a movement to start saving the whales. Well, help spark the movement.
Yeah.
This is an actual recording of whales. Now, you're thinking right now, why are we doing this? Well, this is, to some people, music.
We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel for this podcast. We've talked all of the top 10 lists, and these are the top 10 whales in the North Pacific.
Yeah. Top 10 whales. Coming in at number 10, the humpback whale.
Sold 100,000 copies.
100,000 copies, the humpback whale mysteriously died after getting stabbed in the back by a pirate.
Posthumously nominated for a Grammy and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He should be in the Rock and Roll. Mr. Humpback did tons of drugs, unfortunately. He's not in the Humpback Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Humpback Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
100,000 records, Kevin. Is it beautiful or is it scary?
I think it's beautiful.
Okay.
It's nature. It's like it's a language that we have no way to decipher, but it's there.
They use underwater hydrophones. The album sold 100,000 copies and helped kickstart Save the Whales movement that ended much of the deep sea whaling worldwide, although it did pick back up again.
Do you ever see Blackfish?
It sounds like somebody's getting murdered, but other than that,
I mean, it's got some of those Alfred Hitchcock Psycho vibes with the.
Yeah, it's got. I mean, it's eerie. It's very eerie.
It sounds acoustically. It sounds like if you were to drag a bow across like a cello string, but like not press, not enough to like vibrate the string, but to release its overtones. And then changing your position on the neck.
A little bit.
You know.
Here's Andrew Rue slot machine music.
That was in the key of B.
Ooh.
It makes me wonder if slot machines are tuned, if their little chimes and tunes are tuned to a specific key, like across like an entire floor, so that it's not like hugely cacophonous. Like that had like there was
something going on.
Yeah, there was some cohesion to the different sounds that were happening there.
Yeah, you're saying it was in key B, and you can definitely hum a B over that. That's very interesting. Chris Watson's Mexico.
Not James Taylor's. That's Mexico?
Mexico sounds pretty cool.
Also in the key B.
I think it's real recordings for a fictionalized rendering.
Or the key of C, S-I, according to,
so he recreates a now defunct ride across Mexico from Pacific Ocean to the Gulf. This virtual vacation features plenty of rhythmic chugging along at distant radios, chirping birds, stretches of serenity, and even a crescendo into some song.
Are we still in Soundscape land, or are we new?
This is in field recording land, but it kind of melts together because that's where it kind of goes into and celebrates both the worlds. And I just figured, it's not a top 10 per se, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool, in fact. Are we still playing here? What's happening? Oh yeah, we are still playing. Okay. So what do you think of that?
It reminded me of something you'd hear in the background or the outro of like a Radiohead song.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah. This is from the 60s and 70s. This is not like current. This most recent one's from 1999. Let's listen to one. This is 2010, 2005, 2004. Broken Hearted Dragonflies. I don't know. This is a nightmare. That's a nightmare. I don't want to listen to that.
I mean,
High-pitched.
I don't know what about the Dragonflies are broken-hearted. I feel like that was unnecessary. I think at that point now you're just trying to sell records.
Yeah, I mean, really, guys.
You could just
sell out.
This is Dragonflies.mp3.
The songs of the Humpback Whale. I already went over that.
.wave.
Dawn and Dusk in the Okefenokee Swamp. Let's try that one. 1974. Give us a little swamp music. Okay.
That's swamp music.
We could do a little banjo in the background of that. Yeah, this is the journey to the wetlands in the Florida-Georgia line. They omitted the alligator munching of human being flesh.
Yeah, I think that was a tasteful choice.
Yeah.
Tasteful.
Tasteful.
Choice.
Nice. I saw what you did there.
Yeah.
It's journey to the center of the wetland of Florida-Georgia line, where frogs, bugs, birds, and even the occasional alligator.
And fan boats.
There's a fan boat not too far away from here.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's people in Greenwood Lake that live on an island, and they have to go back and forth on a fan boat.
Wow.
In the winter.
Fun.
So that's recording life and making music out of it. It's a little interesting.
Yeah.
People bought it apparently.
Yeah.
And which, of course, leads us to New Age.
How?
I don't know, but I originally wanted to talk about Yanni.
Okay.
And I decided not to talk about Yanni.
Thanks.
But New Age is a soundscape.
Mm-hmm.
It does sometimes include sounds of water
Mm-hmm.
and ethereal kind of sounds from nature.
Mm-hmm.
New Age. Now, I don't know if you ever caught yourself in the old days and going to Barnes & Noble and trying to buy like a book on self-help, but it was in the New Age section, and you felt kind of weird. That was me. But now they've separated
You're
it.
surrounded by dudes in turtlenecks and like thick glasses and shaved heads. Yeah.
Your pants aren't tight enough.
Soul patch.
And I can't do a soul patch. I wish I could.
You could.
It
You did a
stops
beard.
right here.
You did a beard one time. I know that because I was looking through old footage for some montage stuff.
Yeah.
And I just saw like bearded
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, it's, I don't look good in a beard.
Do it again.
No,
No,
some people can
shave
carry it
November.
off, such as yourself, but I look like I'm wanted.
You do look like you're trying to evade law enforcement.
Yeah,
a
I
little
don't.
bit.
I look like I've gotten a new identity.
But it's a good look. It's, you know,
I
it's sort of
appreciate it.
fugitive on the run type thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. I'm just not interested in it. So you want to talk about New Age?
Yeah. Yep. I sure do. I just want to point out that you know, the all of the soundscape stuff, it's like a little bit accessible. You know, like there's something there for everyone if you know what you're signing up for. Some of our Murray Schafer's music is a little less accessible, more erring toward the side of like Aaron Schoenberg, if you've ever listened to him. He's a neoclassical composer who experimented with atonality and 12-tone row and all of that. And I don't like Aaron Schoenberg. It's like, it's too far out there. At least with some of our Murray Schafer's music, it's there's some repetition, and repetition legitimizes. So there's a little bit of accessibility there for even like a casual listener. New Age, I think, is built to be accessible to a fault.
Yeah, so I listened to some of this stuff. I listened to, I did listen to the top 5 that we're going to talk about. The top 5 best New Age albums, according to some person. And, I mean, I wasn't overly impressed. Did you get to listen to them? No. Okay. Well, the number 5, J.D. Emmanuel's Wizards. It's a bit too much.
There's a Fish song called The Lizards.
The Wizards.
Oh.
Fish song?
Yeah.
No.
Talk about accessibility.
The names of the songs are Attaining Peace, Prayer, Focusing Within, Spanning the Universe. There is a section, there is a belief that music can bring you to a higher place or deeper within. And these are folks that try to, oh look, there's a fish graphic on the screen.
Yes.
Nice job,
Great
Greg.
job,
Good
intern
job.
Greg.
Greg the intern's just crushing it.
On point with
he's
that.
doing all sorts of. This week we've gone from no lower thirds and images to lower thirds and images. Wow. I mean, very good.
Leaps
Good
and
job.
bounds.
Good job. So yeah, this Wizards. I'm gonna have to talk about it because Kevin didn't do any prep. He's been busy like working. I mean,
You know, trying to, you know.
Yeah, I'm only here for the New Age.
Right.
So this J.D. Emmanuel guy is a self-proclaimed electronic minimalist. Isn't it amazing how artists like just go to lengths in self-description and in beliefs to obtain art? I just find it amazing.
Yeah, it's, you know.
Electronic minimalist. What the hell is that?
You just gotta like be different, and you know, people will buy what they haven't heard before sometimes.
He's got a decade-long advocacy for the therapeutic power of cyclical music.
Yeah, so do the Disco Biscuits.
The Disco Biscuits?
Yeah.
Who's that?
They're just like a dance jam band. Who I actually have a lot of friends who are heavy into the Disco Biscuits. Disco Biscuits is the name of the band, but it's also slang for. So.
Okay. Did you catch that?
I whispered it pretty loud. But no, that's like the basis of like trance and house music too. Is just this like constant.
That's chill combined with some of the. I'm afraid to say it if you're a chill music type person.
Are you chiller? Are you a stone cold chiller?
But if you've got that beat in the background, and you've got a synth going on in the background with some of the stuff that's on here.
Yeah.
10 people are listening to this.
Wow.
Please. 10 people have listened to this.
Oh. Yeah.
Right? That's chill.
Yeah.
So New Age does have
Chill hop.
chill hop.
To lo-fi.
I'm not a New Age fan. I think it's very interesting that like you take all the beats out of it and like some background voice going. Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's chill.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Come on now.
That makes sense.
We've got 3 people watching.
All right.
Yeah. So that was a song by J.D. Emmanuel. Coming in hot, number 6,000.
If you're watching this because you were at one of our 3 concerts this weekend and you saw the promos on the screen, this is highly ranked of the American Video Podcast Institute of America.
Yeah.
But we don't have copyright capabilities.
No, like 9 out of 10 things that we say are probably some sort of infringement.
We got flagged for showing a picture of Mariah Carey.
Ooh, we got to do that show.
Oh, the Mariah Carey show?
Yeah, we should. This Christmas, we're just going to do a show, and it's just going to be pictures of Mariah Carey. And no music, though, just pictures of her. See what happens.
And just us repeating the phrase Mariah Carey.
Yeah, Mariah Carey. Number 4, Suzanne Doucette, Reflecting Light, Volume 1. Did I have this up here? I do. Same thing.
Oh, that's the one butterfly in the sky.
Yeah, time keeps on.
Also, Riders on the Storm, a little less so, maybe more of a reach.
I need some crystals and massage oils.
Himalayan pink sea salt rock
Yeah.
lamp. A Himalayan salt
Himalayan salt
rock lamp.
It's total BS. Supposedly it makes the air.
Ionizes it.
It ionizes the air like there is some sort of analogy. I don't know. Some sort of mysticism. Is this?
Yeah, like a sage, burn some sage,
Yeah, you can
rub
listen to
the
all that.
crystals, pick up a good book.
You listen to this for 5 minutes and your brain starts going a little. You can't listen too loud. It's got to be like way in the background, and it has to be like surrounding you, and then it's kind of interesting. But if it's on one speaker or on your phone, and you're like, or it's in your headphones, God forbid, that's even worse. That's too much. Way too much.
Isn't that the most fidelity you can get, though?
No, because then it's too much. It's supposed to be like really in the background.
I was passing by your office as you were listening to some of this before. I did notice you levitating. There's a solid 6 inches off the ground.
So that's Reflecting Light by Suzanne Doucette, and of course, number 4 of the most incredible New Age albums of all time. Kevin's a huge New Age fan. He picked this list personally.
I insisted on doing this one and no other podcast.
Yeah. As soon as you have ideas for a podcast that doesn't include anything with the name Fish, then by all means,
We'll do a Grateful
take
Dead.
charge.
We'll do a Dead podcast.
Grateful Dead? We did a Grateful Dead podcast,
Did
didn't
we?
I think we did.
We might have.
Gymnosphere by Jordan de la Serreria. Music for gymnastics. All right, this is a little bit more. Spear of the Sublime Dances. It's very low. It sounds like The Exorcist. So if you are sitting at home right now spitting out vomit,
Yep.
it's because of this song. Right?
Yeah, so I get the minimalism idea behind it. It's, it's kind of monophonic and
Lots of reverb, piano, synth in the background, new age music.
you can make that's the ingredients.
Yeah.
That's the raw materials for new age is just reverb, piano, synth.
You also have to be the type of person that wants to identify as an electronic minimalist or something in that vein where you're like, I need to define myself as something.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to wear robes all the time. I'm a robe enthusiast and electronic minimalist.
I wonder if how wide that cross-section of a Venn diagram of robe enthusiasm and electronic minimalism.
I very rarely wear a robe. Usually it's a very uncomfortable situation. When's the last time you wore a robe?
Monday.
Really?
Yeah, I like to get comfy cozy after a shower.
You have your own robe?
Yes.
You have a shower robe?
Yes.
Do you listen to new age music with a little bit of smoky, what's that called? Incense? Yes.
Almost exclusively. It's
Yeah?
part of my post-shower ritual. I throw on the robe. It's got my monogram. And I go into... it was a bedroom. I live in a one-bedroom apartment. But
Yeah.
we converted that one bedroom into a Soundscape New Age pod.
Yeah.
Where it's just in the center of it's a beanbag chair.
Okay.
With all sorts of herbs and spices all around it.
Explains a lot. I mean, cats are Satan's pets, right? You have tons of cats.
Oh yeah. So like one of the herbs it's catnip, obviously. But the cats are not allowed in the room.
No.
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 And I like the incense, and I put on the rock lamps.
There's people watching, and they're like, "What the
I
hell?"
rub
is
the
happening?
crystals, and I start to astro project into.
I have a
the
funny
void.
story about astral projection.
Do you?
I do.
Interesting. Please go.
My father went into like a weird like phase in his life where he was really into
Crystals.
that
Okay.
astral projection.
All right.
Go into like those types of people.
Interesting.
So he brought home a VHS tape, and it was like, you ever see The Ring?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even like
That
it was
scared the crap out of me as a kid.
strange. So like first of all, it's got like these graphics that come up, and then this type of music in the background, right? And there's a guy that's talking like, "You are now getting sleepy. You're thinking about yourself in the third person."
Wow.
Right? And every time you look in the mirror, you look like Richard Dawson from Family Feud. So seriously, and then it takes you on this journey where you actually go deeper in yourself, and you're supposed to astral project yourself out into the universe. Me, I just sat there and like sweat, and nothing happened. But my sister, apparently, like it worked for her, and she like.
And you haven't seen her since.
What's that? 4%. All right, we're gonna be wrapping up soon.
Oh.
Apparently, like, yeah, it worked for her. She like saw some like crazy weird stuff. A friend of mine, we did it like a group of us did it together, and yeah. Don't astral project, kids. It's scary.
It'd be a fly on the wall of that dorm room party.
Yeah. So we don't have enough time to get to number one. I know you're really upset. So
To be continued?
yeah, maybe we'll post it on the Facebook.
Okay.
And we'll continue this next week. We can have more of a discussion on New Age music, Kevin,
Yeah.
and astral projection.
Sure.
So
You ever tried lucid dreaming before?
Greg's nodding his head.
Greg
are
seems
you
like
awake
a
right now?
solid lucid dreamer.
Are you sure about that? This could be all a dream.
The way you do it, I've heard, is you draw dots on your thumbs, and every time you look at your dots, you do a reality check to make sure you're awake. And so usually that involves looking at text, because in your dreams, text is never text. It's all like gumbly, messed up. And then so you do the check, and then in your dreams you see it on your thumb, and you look at the text, and you're like, oh wait, I'm dreaming, and then you can do whatever.
I don't think that's real.
You gotta put like a mark on your body somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's, if it's not there in the dream, it's like you're in a dream.
Okay.
You gotta like change it up every so often, because like your body will eventually be like, oh, I remember that.
Right.
Okay. Well, I don't dream very well. I try to remember stuff, and I never can. It's usually all backwards. I usually have a leopard head. It's very strange. That's today's show. Real Brave is a music school. We normally don't do stuff like this. I wanted to change it up, have a little bit of fun, talk about stuff that's a little bit out there. Normally we do top 10s, or just talk about music in general, modern music, hip hop, whatever, dance, doesn't matter. But we are a music school, and we teach this stuff in person and online. You can go to practice-pad.com to check that out. The new version's coming out this year, and it's quite incredible and quite inventive, I must say. We could teach anywhere in the world. If you find yourself levitating in your room later at night, that's probably my fault. You can reach me at dan@realbraveaudio.com for any questions, thoughts, perceptions, or brilliant ideas in the next episode. Please take part next week. So we'll do this again 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. Kevin, do you have any last words, thoughts, perceptions, or brilliant ideas?
Just can't wait to see everybody next week on Real Brave Live.
See you next week, everybody.